Okay, after knowing the Java Bean API, classes and interface, which we were discussed in the previous session, now we are going to learn about the design pattern. Most of the Java Bean component, Java Bean is nothing but a reusable software component. So if you want to develop such kind of the Java Beans, the design pattern are helpful. So what do you mean by design pattern? So design pattern is in a such a way that they have given the outline of the reusable software component, instead of everyone start doing it from scratch and develop and as they desire, not required at all. They given a framework for designing a Java Bean app, Java Bean reusable components. So that is called as design pattern. So in the current semester, we are learning OMD, object oriented modeling and design. So many design pattern you are learning right there. So design pattern is nothing but a framework for building a Java Beans here in this context. So these are the some of the points which are helpful to design the Java Bean. Is the very first point is you need to implement serializable interface so that the state can be saved and later restored. So all the beans should implement the serializable interface. What the serializable interface it is going to do? So it is going to store the state of any Java Bean component. See, for example, what we have taken the previous session, we have taken the shapes of that PowerPoint. Shapes is a global name given to identify a shape. Here I have selected the triangle. So it is going to persist now. It is saving this state. So if I uh, resize the shape, that state is going to be saved. To make the any Java Bean component to persist, so you need to implement that Java Bean as a serializable interface. And methods must be made public because these shapes, if anyone they are entering into this PowerPoint, so anyone they can make use of these shapes according to their uses. So that's the reason you need to use the methods as public to access those methods by applying onto a specific shape. So for example, I have taken here the specific shape is the triangle. So suppose if I apply the change of angles, so then you can uh, resize the resize and you can move the um, angles. It can become a different triangle, right angle triangle, etc. So those methods should be exposed to the public, so public can easily access those methods. Then all exposed methods should be thread safe. So it means that if I'm using the PowerPoint, if this PowerPoint is shared among the different machine remotely, if somebody using the same shape, this shape what I'm using and the shape of the triangle which is used by somebody, that should be, there is no interference between these two. So this usage is entirely different from that usage. To make it, you need to make all the public methods should be thread safe, possibly synchronized to prevent more than one thread from calling method at a given time. If it is the case, if the same shape is used by somebody in the local area network, in that case, either you allow one user at a time to use that shape, or you can create a multiple thread by applying the thread shape concept. Okay, then properties X is exposed by public set X and get X method. So all the properties, for example, what is the property of this triangle? The size property, increasing the size, right? Width property, height property, color property, right? All these are the property of the that shape triangle. So it has set x and get x method. Set x means you are applying the effects onto the shape, whereas get x method means you are retrieving the property which you are going to apply onto the shape. This is the get x method. Here when you apply here, it is become set x methods. So Boolean property may be exposed by isX method, which returns a Boolean. So Boolean property usually you are whether this shape is allowed, is resizable, is resizable. If I ask this question, is resizable, if I define this method, it will return either no or yes. It is a Boolean value. Yes, if it is yes, Boolean value is S. So use X methods which return a Boolean value to check whether that shape, that Java Bean component allow you to resize the shape or not. Then the bean which may trigger event must provide add event listener and remove event listener methods for other bean to register with it to be notified. So every event here I'm clicking, if it is registered with the bean configuration file, then it accept our click. Otherwise it may not going to select. See, for example, this is background screen. See, I am trying to select that background screen, there is no response. It means that that background screen is not registered with the user event which the user is going to trigger. So this is going to listen to me because it is registered with the user. Getting? So you need to define both the add event listener as well as remove event listener methods. Then, for example, take another shape, a reusable component. As if suppose if you take the circle, see, observe, when I draw a circle, currently this shape is listening to me. When I select the other shape, currently this software component is listening to me. So whenever I select a corresponding shapes, that shape is going to listen us. That shape is going to listen us. See here, it means that add event listener and remove event listener needs to be implemented. So other being to register with it to be notified. Clear? The new joiners to the class, you enter your USN and name in the chat window. That will be treated as now onwards. This in this AJP class now onwards, the chat window, your USN and name will be treated as attendance. I will not repeat in the every classes the same. You need to enter your USN and name. That will be treating as an attendance. Means your presence to the online classes. That will be sent to the HODs and the principal with respect to the attendance of the online classes. Okay, design patterns for property. So this what we discussed, this design pattern is, it is common to all the Java beans. So the first property is implementing serializable interface. Second property is you need to expose the methods as a public. The third property is you need to maintain the thread safe to prevent more than one thread from calling method at a given time. Then most of properties which uses the setx and getx methods, and boolean property can be used to check, like is x method, is it allowing you to do customizing, resizing, reshaping, such kind of constraints you can apply using the boolean property. And you need to have to mention the trigger events, add event listener, as well as remove event listener. These are the design pattern contents. It's a general contents to all the Java beans. Now we'll go with the design patterns for properties. So as I told you, what is property? What is property of this shape? What is the properties of this shape? Color is the property, height, width, diagonal, then angles, right? All those are the property of this shape. So what is the design pattern for this shape? A property is a subset of bean state. If you treat this completely, it's a bean. Properties are subset of this beam state. What are the, which are the properties of this? Can you list the some of the properties? Properties of this. What are the properties? Width, length, angles, color, right, etc. So if you put together, this becomes a set. See, if you treat this is a set, a property is a property one. Suppose width is a property. Property is a subset of bean state. Width is a subset of this triangle shape. That is the bean. Length is the subset of triangle. Angles is the subset of triangle. Color is the subset of triangle. Similarly, the values assigned to the properties determine the behavior and appearance of that component. See, the values which you assign, width. Suppose if you assign the width equal to 100. Suppose if you treat this as a width, if you increase the size of the width, right, it determines what? Appearance. Appearance is little, it appears like little bigger in shape. If you increase the length or height, appearance is, it is little bigger in size. If the angles, if you change the angles, if you change the angles, right, by changing the value of those properties, the appearance and behavior, it changes. See, previously what was the behavior of this right angle triangle? So now isosceles triangle, now some triangles with different angles. Is it or not? Getting? And three types of properties, those are simple, boolean, and bound indexed. Simple, boolean, and indexed. Simple are, these are all simple. These are all simple. So boolean is, suppose for example, is resizable, is resizable, is triangle is triangle resizable. Boolean property is applicable to this, right? Then indexed. Now clear? This is about the design property pattern for the property. Fine. Now we'll go with simple properties. Simple property. So the meaning of simple properties is the simple property has single value. So in the previous slide example, width is 100. Is it single value or multi-value? It's a single value. This is called a simple property. Getting? Getting? Then it can be identified by the following design patterns where n is the name of the property and t is its shape. For example, public, as you aware of it, design pattern, all the methods must be public. So public, T is the return type of return type, get n, get n. For example, if you define public, the name, that is string, so get name, or get width. If width is the return type is int, public int get width, public int get height, public enumeration get angles, public enumeration color. Getting? Similarly, for setting public void set width. So you did this in the program number 8, that is Java Bean program. Setx and getx method used. You are setting a single value means it is called as simple property. It is called as simple property. Then the next is Boolean properties. The next is Boolean properties. Boolean property has a value true or false. Boolean property has a value either true or false. It can be identified the following design patterns where n is the name of the property. For example, public Boolean is n. So for example, public Boolean is resizable. Is resizable. Right. Similarly, public Boolean get n. So if it is resizable, obviously you can fetch the width of the triangle. Similarly, you can set the new value width to new value of the width to the triangle using getx and setx method. Okay, so Boolean property holds true or false value. Example, is the property name. Public Boolean is the property name, the resizable, or is resizable, or is recolored, etc. and so on. Okay, is it clear? Then indexed properties. Indexed properties. This is the third properties of simple design pattern property. Index property consists of multiple values. So in our example, in our this triangle example, angles multiple values, color multiple value, right? Angles multiple value, color multiple value. To identify the multiple values, you are using indexed properties. Indexed properties. It can be identified the following design pattern where n is the name of the property and t is its return type. That is type. Public t get an int index. Public t get an int index. Public void set an int index t value. For example, let us take one simple example for this. For example, Public return type is color. Get color. So return type is color. It's a user defined type. Get color. Int. For example, the int 1. That is int 1. In 255 color coding RGB, the value of 1 might be it's 1. 0 is black, 1 is with respect towards light black color it will come, right? So public color get color for this example. Second, public void set color. Public void set color. Public void set color. Index is 1. For first index you are setting what's the color? The color which you are going to set is, for example, red. Right. Similarly, this is again a multi-value. If you want to fetch all the values at once, you can use public array type get colors. Public void certain, you are setting all the values to a specific property. So simple property, Boolean property, and index property. You can set all these on the Java beans. Java bean is nothing but is reusable components. Then, so we have seen so far, we have seen design patterns for properties. Now we are going to see the design patterns for events. Design patterns for events. Design patterns for events. What do you mean by event? What do you mean by event? There is a source, there is a destination objects. The one is going to generate the event, another is going to listen the event. So source of generation is event generation. Then listening to that source is called as event listener, right? So event listener, first both those objects must mutually register each other or mutually understand each other. Clear? Beans use the delegation event model. Delegation event model. So for example, good example for event design pattern is a teacher and the student. So teacher is talking about the topic. The student who has registered to this particular class is going to listen. If the student is registered only, they can listen the teacher's class. Otherwise, not possible. So this is called as delegation event model. Beans can generate events and send them to other objects. Beans can generate events and send them to other objects. It can be identified by the following design pattern. So in coding representation is where T is the type of the event. So it might be the event of which are the different type of event: mouse event and keyboard events. Which are the mouse events? Click event, hold event, drag event, drop event, release the button. Select event, select single, select all. All these are the events generated by the mouse. Then what about keyboard event? Key in event, key release event, right? Key type. So all those are called the keyboard events. So most of the events which is come from the input devices, right? Most of the time It might be if you are using the smart screen kind touch events, touch screen events, hold, drag, zoom in, zoom out, all those are called as the touch events. So right, the T represents here type of the event. The pattern which you are going to use is all the method has public access specifier void add T listener event listener. It is a multiple listener. So here when I am talking about the topic design patterns for event, you are listening to my voice as well as you are listening outside environment voice also in your place. You can listen multiple, but depending on your topic of interest, the one which is you are going to digest. Getting? So here T is the type of the event which you are going to listen. So this is add listener. So public void add T listener throws too many listeners. So among that only one listener you need to listen. If you are concentrating on the class, you are going to listen only one, that is the teacher's voice. If you are concentrating on multiple roles, if you are playing multiple roles, you are listening multiple. In the case of multiple, you can use this pattern. In case of single listening, you need to use this. Only you are listening one, remaining you are throwing. Means in the real world scenario, you are ignoring the other events which is happening around your environment. So one more method you need to define: public void remove T listener event listener. So once after talking this topic, so obviously you are going to deregister with the online. So in the same way, you are not going to listen. So remove T listener is the another method which is handling your events in the Java Bean. And the third one is design pattern for the methods. One is property, another one is events, another one is methods. These are the three main components of your any Java Bean which you are going to develop. Design patterns are not used for naming non-property methods. So means customized method you can define as you desire. Only the thing is with respect to the Java Bean, if you want to define, you need to follow the design pattern. Otherwise remaining that is your like and your wish how you can use your method in your coding style. The introspection mechanism finds all of the public events, public beans of bean protected and private methods are not presented. Introspection is a process of analyzing the capability of the Java Bean. Right? Introspection, the meaning of introspection is nothing but it is a process of analyzing the Java Bean's properties, events and methods and its capability. Getting? So the only it is going to analyze which are exposed for public, not protected or private. Protected and private methods are hidden from outside the world. Introspection happens from outside to the inside Java Bean. So if it is the case of shape, introspection is happening here. The method which is defined as private, so if the method or another set of the events which is defined as private, those are not accessible from this shape, right? Only the exposed methods are accessible here for this shape component, reusable component. Clear? What and all we discuss now? Design pattern which has the following features: serializable interface, public methods need to define, expose for thread shape to prevent to access multiple at a given time. Properties X, setx and getx method is exposed with public, and boolean properties is used in the pattern is X. The event triggering add listener and remove event listener method needs to be defined for any normal Java, common Java bean components. And the next design pattern for property is nothing but a subset of a bean state. So if it is a single value, it is called as simple property. If it is a boolean value, it is called as boolean property. If it is a multiple value for a property, it is called as indexed property. We have seen all those in this simple. The representation of simple properties is public type of the property and getx method, public type of the return and setx method. So boolean is x method is used, return type is boolean, getx methods are used, return type is boolean, setx methods are used, values setting values will be the boolean value. And index property consists of multiple values. So every either you can access those index property through the index value, or you can access through the array values. Means set of values at a time you can access, or one by one you can access through the indexing. So design patterns for events, we have seen three kinds of different patterns. So add t listener, it is for multiple listeners. If you want to listen multiple, add t listener is used. If you want to listen for only one event, so in that same method will throw too many listeners, and you need to have one more method called as remove t listener. These are the design patterns for events. And the methods which are non property methods not accessed by the design pattern, only the methods which has the public in access specification, that will be accessed from the through the introspection. Introspection is a mechanism to find all of the public methods of the bean. Private or protected methods are not presented by the introspection. Now, bound properties. So, bound properties. Any questions with respect to this? Bound properties. Those who joined late for the class, enter your USN and name in the chat window. Divesh. Most of our class you are not attended, Divesh. Today you are attending but not responding, means I think you logged in and went away. Divesh. Any questions with respect to your presentation, your class? If no question, I will continue this class. Bound properties. I asked you to download BDK 1.1, and also I was shared in your WhatsApp group. How many of you downloaded and keep it ready?
Yes, sir.
So if you're ready, I will tell the instructions. You try to open that one. In the bin BDK 1.1, there is a called as folder bin. In that bin, run that bat is there. You double click on that, it will open 4 windows. One is event window, then beanbox window, method tracer, and properties window. 4 windows it is going to be open. So if you get ready with that, I will discuss what and all I discussed in theoretically. I will show you how to create your own beans in that bean box. Okay, fine. Bound properties. The name bound is what? Based on constraint. What is the bound proper bound of this slide, PPT slide? What's the bound of this slide? Some area is defined, right? This slide area is defined. This is the bound. A bean that has a bound properties generates an event when the property is changed. See, suppose if this is a reusable component, if this is the bean, an event, a bound property generates an event when the property is changed. What is the bound of this figure triangle? Some bound is defined here, right? I think it is visible to you. Some bound is defined. If you change, if you drag, resize that, the boundary is defined here. See, the boundary is defined here. Rather than just a shape, the boundary of that shape is going to define. That is called as bound properties. The TikTok generates a property change event every n seconds like timer. When time changes, tick, again time changes, tock, tick, tock. So it generates a property change event every n seconds, means automatic event is going to be generated through which are the things it is going to change? Through edit, events, property change or property change of TikTok, call, change method of your bean and see how it works. Getting? This is the one simple example, TikTok example for bound property. One, when time changes, tick. One again, when second second tick moves, again tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Right? Now, this is the important point need to be noted. Everyone create a directory for the new bean, create the Java bean source file, compile the source file, create a manifest file, generate a jar file, start BDK, test. Now the time is to use your BDK toolkit to generate your own bean component, reusable component. What is the steps? Please note down these steps. Create a directory for the new Java bean. Create the Java bean source file. Compile the source file. Compile the source file means generate the .class file. Create manifest file. It's a configuration file. You are mentioning which file is the Java bean file. You are mentioning in this manifest file. And generate a jar means you are compressing, you are zipping all these components in a single folder called a jar, Java archive file. Then start BDK, test the Java bean component which you have developed by using above design pattern, properties, events, methods. Clear? Now create bean source file for simple Java bean. First, before creating this one, so ensure from your side who are all installed or downloaded the BDK toolkit. I was shared in I was shared in your WhatsApp group. I was shared in the WhatsApp group. The BDK 1.1 as a zip file. You download, unzip, unzip and keep it ready. In the next class, I am going to discuss with respect to the BDK, Bean Development Kit, how you can use that Bean Development Kit and how you can define and design and develop your own Java beans. How the developed Java beans you can use use them in the bean box using BDK. All those things I am discussing in the next class. Before that, screen is shared. Please take pen and paper or you open the notepad, type the following code. Type the following code without errors. Use the notepad for this. Type the following code. Type the following code. Package, simple bean, AWT. So you are creating the simple bean, which is extending canvas, implements the serializable interface, and simple bean constructor is used to set the size of the canvas and the background color of that canvas. The color is red, you set. Then so that's all. Now first step is create the bean source file, simple bean.java. It's the first step. Simple bean.java you create, save simple bean.java, simple bean.java. Then the second step is compile and make jar file. You use the command line to compile your simple bean.java. Use this javac option D. If any deprecations are there, it allows javac option D simple bean.java. You do compilation in the command prompt. Javac option D simple bean.java. Then after successful compilation, what is the next? Edit a manifest file called manifest.tmp. You create a one notepad file called as manifest.tmp. In that file, you type the following: name colon is simple bean.class file. Java bean you set as true. I will show this. I will show. I will show this. You save this as manifest.tmp, temporary manifest file. Temporary manifest file. So manifest.tmp. Sorry. Manifest.tmp. Temporary manifest file you are going to create. The content is, by looking into this manifest file, you are able to identify that Java is a Java bean or not. Okay. then then what is the next step? Then very important step, this one. Then type jar. You are generating a jar file, CFM. It's a parameters. I will tell what is C, what is F, and what is M. C is the class name, folder, and manifest file. You are archiving the all these three dot jars. You are creating the folder. You are creating the jar file in this folder, jars folder. That jar which is consist of manifest.tmp, simple bin star.class. Why star.class is used? Either in our case only one bin class is available. In many application, the real-time application, number of classes are available. So you are packing them all together in a single file called as .jar. So you execute in your command prompt. We execute that in the command prompt to generate the files, a jar file. Once the jar file is generated, so you will have a simple bill and colors bin demo. So we are going to use BDK tool to implement this code in that bin box. Okay, so we'll do that in the next class, that is tomorrow morning class at 8:30. So I am repeating to all of the students, those who are joining late, those who joining to the online class, you are informed to enter your username and password in the chat window. That will be treated as attendance for the online classes. And nowadays I am observing that below 10 number of students is attending. What about the other? In the meeting and all, most of you are attending. Around 52 students were attending for the meeting, but you are attending less in number in the classroom. What's the reason? What's the reason?